Hello and welcome to day 19 of October's Horror Movie Marathon of Fest. Today I watched American Mary. This is a 2012 copyright movie written and directed by Jen and Sylvia Soska. And it stars, checking the phone here to make sure I get it all right, Catherine Isabel, Antonio Cupo, Tristan Risk, David Lovegren, Paula Lindbergh, Clay St. Thomas, John Emmett Tracy, and a bunch of other people. So this movie is about Mary Mason, played by Catherine Isabel. You may know her from Ginger Snaps, Supernatural, Hannibal, just tons of stuff. So she's Mary Mason. She's a med student, wants to be a surgeon, and she's having financial difficulties. So she answers an ad and goes into an interview to become a stripper. She even hands in a resume. While she's there, somebody is hurt, and since on her resume it says she's in medical school, she's offered $5,000, no questions asked, take care of this person. So she does it because she needs the money. And one of the dancers, who's had a lot of body modifications, contacts her. She has a friend who wants some body modifications. It's another $10,000, actually $12,000. $2,000 just to show up and hear them out. $10,000 if she does it. So she does it, and after some certain things happen that I'm not going to mention specifically, Mary quits medical school and starts her own extreme body modification business. And there's your nutshell. This movie is amazing. I'm kicking myself for not having watched it sooner. This is absolutely fantastic. Catherine Isabel's performance is amazing. I believe I just used that word, but it is. I've always been a fan of hers since Ginger Snaps. I'm excited to see her name in the credits of anything, but this is possibly the best performance I've ever seen by her. She goes from sort of innocent and sweet to cold and calculating in an instant. And we see the progression of her character. She is obviously driven and smart if she's going to be a surgeon. But she still has this sweetness to her at the beginning. And she has this wonderful relationship with her Nana. But as circumstances unfold, we see her change and become this just incredibly cold and calculating person. And she's able to turn it on and off. At one point she's talking to a detective and she's just sort of this sweet, innocent girl. And then as soon as he turns around, her face just becomes a mask. A cold, cold mask. So she's fantastic. The rest of the performances are all great. I'm not really familiar with anybody else that's in this. There are people I may have seen in other things and just don't recognize their names. But they all do a fantastic job. Especially I liked, now I gotta look him up, Antonio Cupo as Billy Barker, the owner of the strip club that she goes to. I feel so sorry for the guy because he obviously develops strong emotions for Mary, and she seems to see him as just a business partner. And I feel bad for the guy. He's got this crush, this unrequited crush. There's also Twan Holiday, I'm not sure, who plays Lance. He's kind of the muscle from the strip club, but he's a really great character. Just the little bits that we get with him I found really entertaining. the Soskas did an amazing job. Just a well-written, well-directed piece. I've not had the pleasure of meeting them, but from everything I've heard, they're just wonderful people. Incredibly talented women. They've done Dead Hooker in a Trunk, I think was their first feature. And they directed See No Evil 2. And they have a graphic novel coming out. And just incredibly talented. And this, wow. You know, if you've watched this series of videos, I believe We Are What We Are, I gave a 10 out of 10, and I said that most likely that was going to be the only 10 out of 10. Well, it turns out I was wrong. This movie, absolutely 10 out of 10. Split tongues, we'll give it. It's there's nudity, and there's violence, and there's gore, and there's surgical scenes, but it all just works so well. It's a beautiful movie. The score, the music that they use in the film is beautiful and haunting. I can't praise this enough. I can't recommend it enough. This is one I'm going to watch over and over. There you go. See, I had it signed by Catherine Isabel when I met her at Horror Hound. Just fantastic. I can't say that enough. I'm using that word over and over again because that's just fantastic and amazing are the two best ways to describe this. A tour de force, I could say. But that's just a cliche. Anyway, I should really do a proper review on my low-budget review show. I'm thinking about it. But there you have it. Movie number 19 of October's Horror Movie Marathon Fest. American Mary, excuse me. You have to see, if you're a fan of horror, if you're a Cronenberg fan, with a body horror, it's not quite, it's because it doesn't deal with the same type of body horror issues that Cronenberg deals with, but it does deal with body issues. I mean, it's a big body modification thing. Deals with just people feeling comfortable in their own skin, and there's a lot of interesting body mods in this. The Soskas have a cameo. It's fantastic. Just you gotta check this out. You have to watch this movie if you're a fan of horror, if you're a fan of amazing, strange cinema. So that's it. All right. I think I covered everything that I wanted to cover in this short little video. So there you have it. And I will see you next time.